Hello, and welcome back to Factorio Base Exploration, this time with a tiny bit of actual exploration. To set up this new material. I figured out how I want to set it up. This is where water comes from most easily, so I probably set up power here. Which means I copy this, because that's the easiest thing to do. But hopefully I can get this processing. It shouldn't be hard. Getting it set up should be pretty simple. Okay, I need to get some of the stuff out of my inventory. Because I do not need all this scaffolding. Always takes a bit to get started on a new planet. I haven't had to do it in a while. My battery is not going to last building all this. I have to be careful, but this will be power. I didn't refill those. I don't know why. It should have refilled on Novus, which means this setup isn't working. This should be requesting those, which should be putting them into here. Which should then be putting them into here, which goes into here. Why did... Oh, because my personal logistics was disabled for one reason or another. Cannot remember why. But today could be a little bit short for my own sake, once I figure out what I'm doing. Yeah, it's mostly train stuff. Okay, that is the last thing. The most important components are the fact that I definitely went back to pick up the receiver thing, but I must have not grabbed it somehow. That seems weird. Oh well. I can get all this stuff stored up. Oh, it should be in space, but it can wait. I need to get all this stuff off the ship so that I can have the ship go collect resources for me. I need a bunch of those. Those can stay. This is fine. I want that. I hate that Control Click does it that way. Messing with the stacks. But infrastructure will be sound. Don't need that. This will go into space. Probably just grab a few of these. So now this can leave and go to Novus and leave me stranded on this planet. Great fun. To imagine being... Oh, that's the moon. Not a planet. It's fun to think about how horrible it would be to be stranded on a moon. The off chance that what was coming to pick you up just wouldn't make it. I don't need all this, but I brought them, so might as well place it. Get these out of here because they're not going to get stored properly anyway. Let's go here. So I have to keep an eye on my movement. Okay, these and the pipes. That should be all that I need. Grab the garbage. Bot. Wonderful. What do I need for... I should be able to unlock the thruster suit 3 if I can do the research. The research... No, I can't. I need tier 1 bio, which is close. Tier 4 is not a big... Not anytime soon, but... Do I currently have the thruster suit 2? Good. 2 is a 10 by 10. This is a 12 by 14. A very big improvement. 2 more, 4 more is a huge increase in options I could keep. So 2 wider, I think. 2 wider than depth. I could fit in easily 3 more portable fission reactors. And a ton of roboports if I wanted to. It'd be great. I don't think I need more roboports though. Fill with jetpacks, which I also don't need. Exoskeleton legs, I've not been using those because the jetpack kind of covered it, but actually using the very effective legs would be useful occasionally. I should also not be wasting this. I should be shooting stuff while I can. This place is not great, but it's broadly fine. I think this is where I should be lasering. With the autoclave. And that will be just productive. New surface. I really don't know if this crushes robots. I don't think it should, but whatever. If it does, it does. This will fill stuff up. This needs me to request receiver. Not what it's called. Unless it's in a different category. That is okay. Keep 1 in the ship. 2 in the ship. That should be plenty. I'll get a elevator, which will not be able to be maintained, but having them in here is useful. But the only thing missing here is the receiver. I do also need solar panels. Why are there so many bots right now? Oh. Actually, that was fine. Refilling that's not too bad. I'll stop refilling that one though. So this is currently unpowerable. I really do need solar panels. Which I don't have many of, so I guess I just use the questionable basic solar panels. Should get me started. That'll get me enough power to power the offshore pump, which is all that needs power, actually. So 2,000 is way more than I need. But might as well have them for emergencies. Okay, that's the first step. Now is where I need to set up mining over here. Do I not have drills on my ship? I don't think I do. I should always keep a couple hundred. Because I shouldn't even have this requested. I really should have these auto-requested at this stage, but okay. This is 24 drills. I only need one of those. I might as well use more than one, but doesn't need to be perfect. This one. That'll be just fine. I still didn't put modules into the blueprint, and I really should. So currently I'm hoping I don't get hit by a random biter meteor and then have to deal with it. That would be very problematic. Couple of bits I need to fix in the blueprint. Admittedly, it wasn't actually properly designed to drag around and tile, but hey, that's gonna be fine. 5 belts is an awful number. These will produce question mark for a second. If that's gonna be multiplied by a ton from that. Wish these could estimate a little better. Ooh, that looks like it's in slow motion. Maybe I'm just tricking myself. That looks really slow. Oh, no, that is... The game is running a little funky, probably because of the big... Yep, it's running funky probably because of this. Innumerable bugs getting damaged and aggroed onto something, not knowing what to do, causing lag. That makes sense. It's unfortunate, but it makes sense. Maybe if I blow these guys up, it will reduce the lag. A good test. Ooh, no. No, that's still unhappy. I think it mostly has to do with them not really knowing what to do, getting damaged here, that they're way outside of actual usage range, and so it's unhappy. It's my best guess. Currently, I'm just gonna merge these. Ooh, yeah, it's not a very happy game. So I need stone, which I was gonna steal from either that or that. I could run all this stuff up here. Should be easy enough. I don't think I'm gonna use trains. I think it's small enough scale that belts are good enough. Once I figure out how I want to fit this. Oh, it is choppy. There is 0 to 2 meters destroyed in the middle of the water though, so no biters showed up. Which is most fortunate. That's kind of like a rocket ship. I'm gonna find the chest. It doesn't show up on the map as anything but a weird green one. Safe. Ship is got the most important stuff. Issue is it will kidnap these bots. If I don't make sure these are turned off. Sure. All that trash stuff is not very problematic. Okay, this one's still. Are my bots all? Oh, it's so bad. The bots are not all utilized, but they're still removing this very slowly. Which is odd. It's really bad. I'll just run while I do this, but I think I have to just accept that if I want to clear this, the glaive is a bad idea. Because the glaive is causing the entire game to run poorly. I think the only real use case is if you're just gonna run it and not play the game while it's destroying everything. Maybe it could help, because if they get the lag and stuff messes with their AI, maybe it will let me explode them with artillery better. It doesn't even clear fast enough. The fact that it's totally free and not consuming ammunition is good, but really need the spider. I'm gonna let that stop doing that because that's terrible. It's Darus target right there. Hopefully, okay, still super choppy. Okay. Could be that it's just taking a long time for it to catch up. And okay, it's happy now. I think it's happy. No more biters that are on fire. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this will give me power. This should have stopped. And it's full on fuel. Yeah. Quick and simple. That will get me all the stuff I need to have power here. Then I can start. I actually do need those. I can start setting this up. This is right up here. I could set that up too. It'd be interesting. I think the amount of stone needed for this could maybe be supplied by core mining forever. If I look at my core mining here, which is a reasonably large amount, this is expected of 2 per second per thing as long as it's fully used. Could be 24 fairly easily per second times 10, 240. Yeah. Get close to 1500 from a fairly small core mining setup. One issue is the cores are not bad. Core fragment, core fragment. I could get like 8 core fragments and set up good enough core mining. Okay. Here's something that I need to do. It doesn't always need to go top down. This is supplied from the bottom. Might as well do it this way. Especially if I want to leave space for that. Okay, put it right there. Control 0. I wonder what happens to anchor on this if it just breaks it forever, or if it just covers it up. Okay. Easy landing. Now get power. I get the power. I can set up robo ports. This and I I don't need that many things. I don't need that many solar panels to get this started, as long as it's not nighttime right now. Which I believe it is nighttime right about now. That is safe. Oh, no, it's just daytime. Good. Okay. Make sure it's targeted. And energize. This will heat up. These will heat up. You need to be supplied with water, but it's pretty quick for them to heat. And then the power will be set. I'd say the power's already set. The only draw is this, and I have way more than I need for that. I do actually only need one of these. No, I don't. Ah, anytime, that's fine. It'll take a bit. These need to heat up, it's fine. Wait, is this a really fast day-night cycle? 1.72 minutes, wow. Very quick. About 100 seconds for the full cycle. Pretty surprising. For some reason, I don't know why that's surprising. Okay, that's gonna have to maybe go there and go right instead, but that's an easy change. Oh wait, no, it's combining both sides, so yeah, it needs to go towards the center. It should produce everything I need once I get it hooked up and supplied, because this actually has relatively limited external requirements. I will need to ship vulcanite, and that could pose an issue due to the fact that my supply, my belt feed, is not matching the increased processing speed. That can be dealt with. At a later point. Good. I did bring a landing pad. I won't use a rocket silo, but for now I will use a landing pad. Just take it, I'll put it back that way. Much better. Okay. So first things first. This ship doesn't need these old pylons. It doesn't need two of the big ones, but I think that's more fun. So, these are not producing power yet because they don't need to. These are up to temperature. Excellent. Power should be set. And if power is set, probably should set up like, I don't know how it will behave. I can have this basically siphoning a little bit of the energy to supply that while leaving these for emergency startup in case everything collapses. It's not relying on this, but it still supplies that without nighttime killing everything. Okay, start from here. There. Iron rock. Don't really need to run this way. Keep just putting it in this area to get power, and I just run the power, not run the roboports. That didn't drag. Because I wasn't close enough, probably. Okay, I didn't plan power here, but it should be easy enough. Considering everything, should probably be using superchargers. Because I'm not actually placing these remotely, I'm placing them myself, so I don't have to deal with their relatively reduced construction range. That should keep everything happy. Enjoyable not having to think about how to place power. Just sort of, it works. So, that should be connecting all of that, but I haven't put down these guys yet. 50 more. Disconnect that. That should be fine now. It should stop taking that power. Now this should get built. I hate fuel. Without rocket jetpack fuel, I'm out of movement speed. Yep, okay. I knew I should have just done this. Do I carry rocket fuel? Yes, I do. Not enough most of the time, but enough for now. trying to grab the power. Why are these? I guess they're prioritizing the inserters? I just never understand it. It always confuses me. It always confuses me. Okay. More. Not actually sure if that's more than enough. Oops. Gone, gone. Get rid of the excess garbage. Should be enough. Don't need all these roboports. That was lag. I don't know why this time, because I'm not using an autoglaive anymore. Or is it just the reach is slightly shorter than I think it should be? Who knows? That's mining. Everything's going. I'll just do basic. Merge here. 1, 2, 3. I think that was slightly wrong. I don't know why. Yeah, I guess some of the express bubbles I got either dumped in here or dumped in the other one that is far away now and should be connected via roboport. Nope. I wish these worked in a nicer way. That's good enough, because this is where all those components are, that makes sense. Okay, that's one too close. It doesn't feel quite right. I don't know if I've ever built that going upwards, which might be why it looks wrong. I don't have that copy anymore. What's this at? This is at 248 still? That's good. That's the same layout. I just never built it vertically. Kind of lean. I really do try to build horizontally a lot of the time. Never really thought about it. Okay, so I missed this component on the other copies. Four. I only need 3 out, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. Acceptable. Leaving it as 4 is kind of silly though if I'm just going to be using 3 of them. Okay, I messed up the beacon somewhere. Where? There, that's surprising. It's not where I expected it to be most likely to go wrong. Down here was much more where I was expecting trouble. Well, that's very simple. Another one's complaining. Yes, this is more where I expected stuff to go wrong. Oh yeah, it was supposed to be here, and then I just moved it, which caused the new issue. Could this be... Let's copy it for the moment. I can't really be there. Okay. Okay, no more complaining. Chests are missing. Oh, yes, because I don't actually have those ever. Those chests are always kind of randomly stored. I don't know why they're complaining about piped grounds. Oh, it is being... It's being itself. Go back to Novus. And pick up the chests. So that looks fine, that's gonna need to be dealt with. Get the first step moving and see how it handles everything. Temporarily, these products will not be dealt with. They will just be shoved into boxes. But for now, that's all I need to test. Wait, don't get that moving yet. Okay, quick double check. This goes into there. These all... That looks wrong, but that's because I want it to be even between everything. Okay. Now to see where it all falls apart. The belts are not good because they're not distributed properly, because this one, I rotated it, and so it doesn't work placed how I placed it. So that's an obvious issue to fix. Except actually rotating it shouldn't break that. I have to figure out why it's wrong. Don't have water supply, but that's fine. But I did catch this at least. Yeah, this was just backwards. Assume I just did a bad job rotating it. And I put it here. Yes, I probably just didn't rotate this correctly. That's fine. Oh, wait, that's not right. This one is always going to be this way. And here. Everything should be fine there, except for the fact that I didn't fix this one. Some reason. It looks like that step should be fine now. This step doesn't have water because I didn't set it up yet. It should be fine. One, two, three. Should only need 3. I would not be shocked if I actually needed more. but I should only need 3. Ah. That one was a little unexpected. I never expect to see it that close to anything and not attacking, because I guess this is not a pollution source. This doesn't pollute anything. Despite the immense heat being beamed through the atmosphere, it doesn't cause any issues, so they don't get angry. Pretty interesting. I think pipes are infinite. So 3 pumps into 1 set of pipes is fine. Doesn't feel like it should be, but... Okay, how do I want to deal with this? This is the input for sand. Yeah, I'm just like... If suddenly my next door neighbor was blasting heat from the sun, I would probably get annoyed. But I guess that they don't care about the heat. They just care about the bad air. Yeah, I'm probably doing this. Bad position on that. I'm gonna run into issues designing this. Yeah, bad planning on this. So it's gonna look bad no matter what I do. Yeah. It's... I much prefer this sort of approach, mostly because I like the look of a lot of machines over a lot of beacons, but it is a very different requirements. Okay, water. I still don't have sand. The sand has not been planned out very well. Should be fine there, I hope. If not, I'll have to move somewhere else entirely. You can... I think you can get a bunch of... You can use a bunch of beacons on one, but then... I guess... I don't know how it works. Is it sort of... It can only do... specific... buildings? In some way? Like, oh, this beacon can only supply to... this building type, so if it overlaps it causes problems, or... Is it at least a little simpler than that, maybe? If we're gonna go... unfortunate. That should be perfect. And she said, oh, so like the beacons will interfere with each other, and since they have to focus specific targets, if all your stuff is clumped, that's kind of cool. Love the idea of the beacons interfering with, I guess interfering with each other is kind of neat. I guess it's always what it is, the interference, but it all being tuned. Yeah. I think it's kind of cool. It's always good when there's all these different approaches to beacons. As opposed to always being the... No, wait, I have to hit control. Instead of just being vanilla beacons, they're just stronger vanilla beacons. There's a lot of changes that people can do, and it's always... It's neat. There. I think this should be fine. I still have to figure out how this is going to get into the system, but the rest should work, I hope. Clearly there's something I did wrong, which is I skipped a step. That needs to go there. Yes. I've done all... Well, yes, I've done 1, 2, 3 for all the other material... what? Astro... Material... and energy. I've gotten the level 3 of all those. I haven't done every single research for them, because I've had other issues. It is... Oh, this isn't needed. It certainly seems the least pleasant of the materials to work with. Like, I could honestly imagine doing almost every other pack first, not this one. Like, the other ones I can see an angle for, like, starting with them. This is... It would just be painful to start with this, I think. Okay. That's good enough. We'll get this started. I need much sand. Yeah, this unlocks Spidertron. And there's a tree of upgrades to the character that are kind of interesting. But yeah, it's mostly just Spidertron that isn't reliant on other sciences. All my energy is coming from the local star. Big array. Oh, okay, they got hit by meteors. I need to deal with that. Oh well, that can wait a bit. I haven't had meteors hit anywhere in a long time, so I need to go adjust that, but yeah, like this place can produce 10 gigawatts of power with only this many solar panels. and then I can beam to 2 different planets and just solve all the power. It's cool conceptually. It's kind of a boring... It's a boring idea, I think. Like, it's probably the way to do power for a while. Yeah, like, I mean, most of my planets, like this one is still nuclear powered because I really love nuclear, but I didn't want to rebuild nuclear on this planet, so power is kind of trivial. That looks really nice here. The huge spikes of the drilling. I love graphs sometimes. Like, these are very nice. These are nice graphs to look at. My favorite graph I've seen in this game. Okay, I'm here to produce sand. How much sand do I need? I need 8 assembling machines worth of sand, which is 1.4 belts. Okay. There's eventually... I mean, I might burn out on the mod before I reach the point of antimatter reactor. Like, that will eventually exist as a hopefully more interesting alternative for power. Oh wait, no, this is inefficient. Thought you could make sand from stone in a pulverizer. Yes, it's a different recipe, okay. I forgot about that. Okay, 4 pulverizers. Even less stone supplies, less than a belt, that's fine. Nuclear and its adjacent systems are my favorite. I really enjoyed the Space Age fission reactor. I think it came a bit later than would have been ideal, or how yeah, because it's the last planet, but making myself use it was fun. It was fun to make a ship that was powered by fission. Can't remember anymore. Oh, I should do it up down. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, that delay would be big. Like, I think I find the cooling... I like the closed loop system of the plasma, which is partially because it's convenient, and partially because it lets you make a very well contained power generation system. Can I sort this? I can't, can I? Unfortunate. Oh, like, the idea of actually having, like a bigger self-sustaining ship. Actually, what is the output? The output is more belts than this. Nope, that's not gonna be enough. Oh, it's confusing. Yeah. I mean... Like, I don't think... I think if they changed... If they had like a variant on the spaceships... I personally don't feel the spaceships are like... horribly later than they should be, just... They could be easier. They could be earlier, and I don't think it'd be worse. Yeah. Like, infrastructural differences between spaceships and not spaceships is kind of huge. Oh. Hello. Yeah. Do I have a beacon? I do. Okay, but not in range. That should... Oh, because it's not inputting because that's full? Yes. Ooh. Okay, this was not planned very well. This should be fine. Okay, the first of these can run straight into there. Second can run along here. And I can just get this moving for now, but it's messy. I mean... I'm mostly aiming... I've been aiming with like science per minute of about 20. Like, so not... Pretty sure not very high, but practical enough for normal play. Should these prioritize? Maybe. Because it's how it's going to distribute. Beam has... I don't know what the energy you're referring to specifically. Yeah, beam has the energy. One of the science packs. Okay, copy. That may not be necessary. This is there than the last. Not gonna work. Ooh. Very fortunate that that reaches far enough. Messes with this, but... This is coming from this area still? Yeah. Yeah. I mean... It feels too good to be true when stuff lines up nicely. It almost could be that distances were planned based on that, but... I don't know. It's a mystery. At some point I can cut off the lower belts. 4 belts. 1, 2, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups, which means the last one should only need a belt. Once I'm halfway through, I should only need 2 belts. I shouldn't need to keep running the full set of belts all the way. I'll leave that for now. I can fix it more later. Vitamolish blooms. These don't go in because I don't have methane. No, methane's the output. Good. It's almost moving. Yeah, here's the delivery. Where the items just sort of appear with no transit time, which is what I'm moving away from gradually, eventually. That'll hold for enough time. Oh yeah, that stone should be being broken down into sand. I'll try to remember that. Add tag sand, fix this. They're charging that. This is being filled up. If that's, I don't know what is charging. If that's filling up to ship to here. Once I put down a landing pad. Oh wait, it's just my ship is ready to come back. Do we need to pick up anything? Yeah, like it'll deliver near instantly, which is nice. I prefer the idea of shipping via spaceships. And I'm at a point where I could mostly ship via spaceships. This can be... I have a name for this. Vulcanite. I have to make sure it goes to that one though. There's 3 places where it can ship. One of them's here. And that one's empty. Okay, I have to do this manually then. Just to get it started. There's Vulcanite. And just send it, because I press a button and it'll be here very quickly. I don't know. Like, it waits for the rocket to go up. I think the moment it disappears about here, it then starts descending here. Which is a much faster turnaround than the alternative. Yeah, like the... I need to filter this. Oh well. I can deal with that in a minute. Eventually, I like the spaceships because it's a much stronger, like, aesthetic value. And it's... I think spaceships are less resource intensive. I don't know if this is the right thing to empty this into, but... But the spaceship, eventually, it will require me to have... I want to run it with a space elevator. And I'm not in a position to run space elevators yet. Because I have one... This metal is primarily being shipped by a spaceship. It's running into other issues currently, but when it's producing properly, it does actually work pretty well. This ship isn't train-based yet, but like, it's easy enough to get it to do this. Yeah, I hadn't planned on trying to do trains in the spaceship, but yeah, I've seen, I mean, the title screen shows an example of a train-based spaceship. Lazy time. Vulcanite. Like the whole process of... I think you kind of... Well, actually, no, you could just do non-space trains, huh? You could have the train pull in, launch, fly, and it works probably pretty well. Okay, I don't think this is going to work because I still don't have all of the chests that I need. So this is gonna suffer. Because I want the chests for this system. It's a bit silly. Okay, it's gonna take a while. Oh yeah, it's gonna have to jump start. It's gonna take a really long time to even get started. Oh, that's not... right. What did I do here? How... is any of that there? This should only be that. Oh, okay. Yes, it's a goof. Okay. This can get started. Okay. Cool. I still have to set up circuits to control this better, because there's two ways to control this. Enable if Vita Vice is less than 30. So this should fulfill its role properly. Somehow this is full on that, because this is not built yet. Okay, that's fine. This has not been jump-started, because it doesn't have any of these. I will figure out where this is wrong, because I guarantee I made a mistake somewhere. Okay, these should be controlled. Oops. Okay. These don't start reading contents, so I need to actually turn that on. This is tons of extract. Wonderful. So easy. Are the belts wrong? The belts should be fine. I don't know if I have this correct. Okay, 2 shorter, which means 1, 2. There. Take warehouse. Do I need to prioritize anything? I shouldn't. The loop is, I think, strictly unnecessary, but I'm leaving it for caution's sake. Okay, that little guy in the middle is pointless. Yeah! It'd be super fun. Gotta land this. I would suffer a great deal if I had to deal with spoilage at this point. Okay, way too many blooms. That's fine. That's fine. That's not... Is my power? No. Why is this so slow? Oh, because it's probably not in the beacon range? Yeah, because I probably moved it. And it disconnected it. Okay. I thought it hit everything. Oh no, it only hit those two, okay. Ooh. Well, explosive spoilage is kind of an interesting issue. Because it might be... Like, if you can have bots... If you can have bots repairing stuff, it might not be the worst. Like, it might be... I feel like it could... I'm not playing it, so I don't know. But it might be slightly less annoying than the, natural gleba spoilage. Ah, so it is, like, big explosion. I guess you can't do anything about it when it happens. So at least you don't need to put down laser turrets. You just lose everything instead. Okay, that's that. My lazy solution to these excess output solves all my problems. Oh, but a nuclear blast having a nuclear blast in the middle of your factory would be super annoying. Okay, yeah, this needs to be connected, that's fine. No, this is perfect. Except for the fact that that's not right, because I'm not... dealing with it fast enough. Okay, good. Yep. That's... It's kind of... it's the exact thing with gleba. Which isn't surprising. Like, everything looks like it's going okay. But then you check back way later, and suddenly it all falls apart. Or it has all fallen apart 5 hours ago. Yes, it's even kind of similar here. Like, if I look back 10 hours... Oh, no, maybe not 10 hours. There was a stretch that should be visible of like... Oh, no, it's right there. It's at the there. I spent 5 hours where this planet didn't have power. So it wasn't producing anything. And that was my own mistake, not a minor explosion destroying stuff. Okay, are these filtering through well? Yes, that shouldn't be there. Why is that there? When this is... No, that's okay, I think. It's kind of fun to watch, but it's weird. Yeah, like, I actually did figure out what caused one of the issues on one of my recent planetary collapses. Like, this one died because this system broke because I didn't force this to grab only 235, so it was grabbing 238, and it was a big issue. Okay, now, this needs to make its way into the system. I think I should be fine cutting this off a bit. And inputting here. Does that look fine? It does not. I might need one more layer. Can't let this back up. I mean, there's definitely something that I'm doing wrong. Because if it's all the right side that's causing issues. Oops, I'm out of rocket fuel. Bad habit. Okay, now it's better, but it's still only on the right side. I mean, this is inputting more on the right, and I guess that carries down because these... Okay, I think I know what the issue is. So the solution would be that. That would help distribute it better. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's much better distribution. Good. One, two, three. Sure, let's see if this works. So now that should supply resources. I really like how that looks. It looks like a magical portal where it just enters here, exits there. Because it doesn't prove that it's actually moving. Okay. Going well. This is an eco-friendly operation. All the methane waste is being put into tanks that if they were to ignite would probably explode. It's very safe. Okay, this loop is bad. I can fix it. Like that, I think. at all this oil. Okay, that did not fix it. The issue is that I'm not utilizing the belt well, and it's cycling. I probably should... If I prioritize left, it should be fine. I don't actually think I need the loop. But if I leave the loop there, I think it's safer. Because then I can re-enable the loop if something breaks. This one stops working because it runs out of those, then it can loop. Okay, the left side is gradually catching up. Anyway, this is very high production. It's a little short of what it is, of what's desired, but it's almost always that way because I design it poorly. Cool. I guess once this is not backed up, it should be better. How am I going to deal with this? If I do space, I can do a train, but I'm not in the position of launching a train. I'm also not in a position of actually using this material yet, so I think building a space train would be a good idea. This will help have a little bit less blocking. And now it's still short, but it does peak to about 2.1k, which is where it should be. Good. Good, good, good. Everything's kind of going how it should. This looks problematic, but it should be fine. This prioritizes left over right, which is not something that I can really change. This needs to be feeding off of... I'm so slow. This stone needs to feed into that. The wood needs to be sent into space eventually. I really need to get more rocket fuel in this. Oh, alright, some of those empty, that's fine. That should be... Random mining drills, always weird. Leave one stack for me. Okay. It will be going back to space shortly. I do need to actually plan where I'm going to build a space elevator. I should only need one, I think. I won't be able to use the space elevator for a while, but it's going to be going up on the left here, down on the right, and it's going to be a basic loop. But this is unusable. Can't even go into space because on the cables. Because... oh, these actually are kept on cables properly. Good. I don't have appropriate cable supplies yet to keep that operational. And this is also bad. This is not moving because I ran out of pyroflux because I'm out of vulcanite. There are many reasons. Okay, this is going on way longer than normal. Ah. That's the biggest priority. I need to get that, protected. I need, no biter meteors. But I didn't set up power in space yet. Oh, but the orbit around this planet... Where is... I need to see where this is. Here. Okay, that's not too bad. That's fine. So I need to leave, get a bunch of solar panels to serve, to keep those launching. They're still here, aren't they? Yep. Okay. I don't know exactly where they came from. I can only make judgments based on the disappearance of pollution. And that is not helping me. Oh, right here? There, perfect. It's cool though that this planet, the planets have their own evolution factors. It's not like shared universally. So this is 0.24. They're very weak. Which is nice. Yes, meteors will introduce new ones. I have to deal with this. It is tough when I don't have proper infrastructure because everything is gradually falling apart. Back to Novus. This is running slowly because this is running slowly. Honestly, this is the only planet that's actually kind of running properly, with the exception of not having vulcanite. This planet is not producing fast enough. Is it at least producing at what it should be? I mean, it is producing 600 blocks per minute. Where I think my design goal was 520, so it is producing at above its original design because of the beacons, but as can be seen very clearly, it was built a long time ago. And so most of this is wasted because of belt requirements. Yeah, there's sort of two things I can do. If I aim for even 1500, just super over the top, I just need to look at the number of components required. I am basically just going to copy my current design, but just figure out a better layout for... I hate that they default to the mechanical facility. The layout will have to change a little bit. But I think this is 2.5 vulcanite, 1.6 crushed vulcanite. This is from 3 pulverizers, so I'm pretty sure all I need to do... I have 5 pulverizers in place. If I productivity them all, and then just sort of split the input somehow, it'll be fine. The issue is the input is part of a loop, have to worry about that. But if I can split this to supply here, it should be fine. Question becomes, I really hate mining. I only need 40 drills for this, which maybe would fit there. Oh, poor planet. It is actually completely full of pollution. Good thing nothing lives here. Yeah, I need more vulcanite. This is the iridite. It's not crazy to do. I'd have to go there and fix it, but don't destroy my stuff. Safety. There. So, I have to decide. I think the vulcanite is the first thing I need to scale up. It should be easy. Issue becomes if I want to do it as a loop, I would need a slightly smaller amount. Oh yes, that's the big issue. The big difference between the current thing and what I'm designing. These only go to here because they're running a speed and a productivity. If it was 2 productivities, it would have better utilization of space. Okay. Don't get hit by a train while I'm not flying. Everything's looking fine. This planet needs a pin. Biology. Vita. Control 8. Really should be control 7, but it reduces so much in terms of just raw numbers. It is underproducing what it should be, which means something is wrong at some point. My numbers are too low? Yes. My input here, because I'm reading the including crafting. I think if I change that, it should be fine. This one has other issues. This will be addressed. Yeah, this is running better now. It's not waiting. Now, why is this bad? Those are fine. Oh, I don't have enough input. Okay. That's the simple problem that I can probably fix remotely. I'll wait till these get built before I tear those out. I just need to add another set of inserters, and I think those will run at full speed. Now this one's undersupplied because the sand. This is not part of the problem. I got distracted. Okay, I'm also not opening fast enough here. I meant to set up sand output. Hopefully the robots can do it remotely. It should be. Oh, it's one of the things where whenever I remember stack inserters, I instantly miss them. I don't remember them often, but it's such a shame. Because those also took a long time to get to, which is also unfortunate, but... Okay, that can't work. Having stack inserters to just get far better utilization of belts. Oh. Wonderful. Oh, my run is there. No sense in doing that. Okay, I didn't leave any belts here, so I can't fix this. That's kind of... It's kind of impressive. Like, it's... To me, it doesn't sound very fun to play, but... A 4-hour speedrun seems to me like that's... Like, a lot of effort must have gone into optimizing that. Because there's so many minor bits that can get better or worse. And like, oh, how many of these to build? I have to assume it's a lot of blueprints, though. Very little freestyle building of processes. Oh yeah. Normally, I do leave resources. This time I guess I happened to pick up... Well, I guess I just didn't bring enough belts, actually. Yellow belt still. Is my rocket full? Okay, my rocket's full. Oh yeah, and I'm actually going back anyway, so it's not a huge issue that I didn't have what I needed, because I'm going back to orbit there to supply some solar panels. My whole space section is kind of dead. It hasn't produced anything in over an hour because 1 or 2 resources are bottlenecked. Hey, they've almost finished building my concrete. It's been going for several hours. Shouldn't have dumped all that. Scaffold. There. It's... Oh, yep, flying past. Got a lot of stuff going on. I think Space Age by itself, definitely simpler than this. I wonder how this would change if I actually had like back inserters and space platforms and random rocks traveling with me for some reason. Wonder how this got here. Oops, I'm going to the wrong place. Need to go to the orbit. Yeah, I hope it stays here and doesn't break anything. Because, I mean, having a rock... Collecting a rock would be kind of fun. This ship forever has a rock flying with it. Ooh, I didn't actually check if I refilled my fuel. I should have enough. Yeah, now... What I need to do is get power supply to here. Once this has power, I can re-laser all of the biters on the planet, and then I should, once I have ships supplying the ammunition, I should be safe from biters. Predictable-ish. I don't have laser turrets. $30. One spaceship issue with space exploration is your ships have a habit of kidnapping robots. They just happen to be flying by and they get kidnapped when you fly somewhere. It's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, everything's getting destroyed. Just gonna let it happen for a minute. Let everything fall apart while I ideally solve the source of the issue. That's an okay charge speed so far. No, the base is gonna be in absolute tatters. But once I provide power and ammo for this, I will be able to chill. I don't have the power or the ammo yet, but well, now I gotta go land and fix my mistakes. Oh, hello. Hope you are doing well today. Now, can I land on anything? Not really. Okay, well, that's gonna take a while to repair. Should've... I was holding space, but I didn't even shoot them all. Annoying. It's good that these are weak biters. Like, if these were proper behemoths, this would be way worse. As it is, it's just really bad. Well, if I let this factory shut down a bit, turn this off, target a random spot, target there, turn on the autoclave. It will clear these guys out. Yeah. The Vulcanite would have been pretty annoying. I really wish this was faster. But I mean, the landing pads at least don't produce pollution, so I guess they won't target it unless it's in the way, right? The autoglaive is very weird. Oh, but they could have gotten stuck for sure. And it would have been... Ooh. Yeah, when it jumps, it's very weird. Bam. No more enemies. Everything's dead. I just need to plan better. Where's power? Power's here. And this is energize. But this will collapse of my own poor planning. Not enough Roboport. Oh, yeah. Makes sense. Good enough ammo because I left that all down here. Bad planning. Yeah. It's... For the purposes of taking over another planet, it is kind of a lot. Like, it just kind of does everything you need. Which is a little bit less important for this because so many of these worlds don't have a need to blast lasers, but it is probably the most convenient tool for that type of stuff. Okay, give me the... Yeah, none got kidnapped, nice. The biggest issue with the laser is if I'm using it on Novus with the big... Like when I tried lasering this, it took a long time because there's a lot of HP. And something about the AI of the biters makes the entire game chug. Like it lags and stutters a bit. So it has... There are issues. With using that laser to clear enemies. That should be planetary defense. It would benefit from better power and storage, but it should hopefully keep it stable enough. Oh yeah, this... Why'd that not line up properly? There's other ways to clear the biters, which will hopefully be Spidertron. Because I've missed Spidertron. It will never really compete with, like, I think an upgraded Spidertron will always, from Space Age, will always be better, but yeah, figures. That should be good enough though. It should hopefully keep it mostly clear, and if it doesn't, I can suffer the consequences of my own actions. But where's the power or the fuel? but everything's running. The last hour, there's a huge dip, and then it came back up. It's still running... Yeah, still running below the intended design capacity, which is a problem. Ah. Yes. I didn't leave any chests behind. Oh well, doesn't matter right now. I guess I could disable that for a bit, because I think it shouldn't cause any real issues. I say that, it will absolutely cause issues. Terrible planning, but I need to move for a minute. I'm not focusing properly, so I'm not making the correct choices. I bet I forgot another piece of this. So that doesn't have a proper... Gee, you know what I should do? I should just connect it up here. What am I doing? That's what I should be doing. Much more reasonable than this. Boom. Problem solved. This bit? No. Because this one's not, the only purpose of this splitter is making sure... At the top? I don't know. This one, I don't have another splitter that I think would be... Oh, this one here? No, there's only one input, so I don't know. I mean, I don't think this even needs to be priority output, but... Yeah, well these are unneeded. Like, these don't have any reason to go anywhere else. And this should not... This produces, like, 1 Vitamelange extract for every 400 spice. It might cause a problem eventually, but I'm mostly thinking with a little bit of hope that the only way this could ever overfill is if, like, the only way this would overfill is if this fills up and then these are still running somehow. Because what this consumes, each of these consumes 20 spice per interaction. So 10 spice produces 4 to 8 extract, averaging 6. 10 becomes 6. This only produces 1 extract for every 400 spice. Like, I think it's... fine. Maybe I shouldn't just accept that it's probably fine. It's just that the ratio is so low. Maybe it's still, maybe it's best to follow proper best practices anyway. even if it might not be strictly necessary. Those are there, that's fine. Yeah. I think it could happen eventually. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest, that makes an even better reason to not do it, because then it will, like, if it does happen, it will remind me of this specifically. And that's fun. I don't know why it's fun, but it is. Okay. I think the biggest thing that I can work on is I need to fix... I have two things that I need to improve. This needs to be faster, which... if I just put beacons here, it will be faster. I can probably productivity these, beacon these, and it would be fine. Or it would produce more. It might not produce efficiently, but it would be more. And so I steal some productivities and I can go upgrade that. Then I can go deal with the Vulcan Knight. This is being moved to my ship. That's what's happening. One of these. Okay. This planet is called Hagen. So, I'll fly there. It will take a little while. I could design a ship. This ship is reasonable. It could be a little bigger, but it is a reasonable size for a ship. What I can do, I have to copy, then hold shift, ion ship, 500 capacity, including the tiles, dock included, and I can try to make more of those. Oh, this is everything. This is the only meaningful base I've built in space, where it's like, it starts off with this little chunk, which is why I did, you know, the initial 2 space sciences are all clustered here. Then it expanded with the beam sciences all below, with this huge array that's kept everything cool, which is nice. Here's my bot, kind of bot mall. Very convenient. Never have to craft that garbage. But it's a mess because I like leaving the old remnants. Most of this is not needed anymore. This landing pad doesn't get used. Yeah. Main packs get... beam is kind of... I like how the sciences are laid out. 4 sciences with 4 sciences each is a bit... By the point that I'm at the 4th science, having finished 3 of each of the previous sciences, it is a little repetitive. Yeah. My original landing pad, it used to have belts coming out of it because not having bots to do everything severely limited options. This is silly. I think that should be picked up at this point. Yeah, so you know, the general... I mean, this is a very bot-heavy layout, and it's this messy. I can't imagine what my base would look like if I built it with belts, primarily belt-based. Like, all of this science would be totally different. Maybe it would be more organized, though. Yeah, more complex than this sort of thing, right? Like, actually delivering to locations, because I'm just using trains to... I'm using trains to enable bots, which is the simplest method. What specifically is dead up here? The Astro? No. The utility science. That's not what I was expecting. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Not having cryonite. That tracks. Yeah, I can't... Like, a single train carrying a bunch of different resources sounds kind of tough. Which... Oh, hey, it's empty. Cool. Which, it's rough to set up the trains going to space already. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna put a couple of these down. I don't know how that's gonna behave. Okay, so it's trains to trains. This is like the biggest issue with the trains going into space is how... Oops, that's not right. This is gonna be my fleet, which means that I need to set up clamps. Are clamps built in space? No, I don't think they are. Like, it's such a... Setting up trains in space is a real pain. So I can absolutely understand... Oh, this is not right. If you figure out a way to get one train doing the up and down path, that makes sense to me. Well, I guess if you just have... If you have the train, each base gets filled appropriately, and you move it on a timer, instead of moving it based off of full or empty cargo, I could see... Well, no, definitely just not moving it based off empty cargo. Fill all the cargo, move it to the other train stop, sit there for X amount of time. Once it sat there, move back and keep it moving. I could see that working pretty well. But I got focused on this like weird branching input-output thing. Oh, Space rails have issues. I don't know if that's what that's supposed to look like. That is, I think, what it's supposed to look like. Okay. Because I don't know what that is, but I think that's just how it behaves at corners. Yeah, okay, I think that's unavoidable. Yes. Because the cost of a train... Well, I don't know. Well, yeah. If you're carrying a total of 60 carriages per trip, it's going to be cheaper to do it with one locomotive than with 10. Because each locomotive is cost cables per transfer. The locomotives are significantly less than the other components. Yeah, like, it's mostly about the different ratio of 2 transporting 60 versus, like, 60 divided by 20 transporting 60. Like, it's all about the cost is based on what goes through. And so reducing the number of locomotives is good. Yeah. And the fluid ones seem... like, I imagine they probably must have shot for a much higher science per minute, right? Because, like, my current thing, I think even once I have it fully set up, it will probably... it will take a lot before this gets congested because I'm not aiming very high. What is this? Oh yes, there used to be mining here. I'll leave it. I don't need to make the space. Okay, this is going fine, but yeah, I'm just going to grab my productivities and boost this. And I'm lost. Where's my ship? There's my ship. Really funny. That rock is gonna follow me forever, I hope. That could be improved, but... so. I could hit those, I could hit... ooh, that would be kind of rough to hit the ones in the middle. If I do it that way. 1, 2, 3 is probably... 3 is probably the best I can get. Where are their beacons? Oh, up above, okay. Okay. Quick reference, this goes from 0.16 to 1.4. Excellent. Okay, gotta just hit those. And those. These need to be changed into different miner type, but not right away. Okay, now I have to be careful because I have to make sure that these should be fine to just paste there. I have to make sure I flip it horizontally. One. I do wish there was a faster way to replace... oh, if it was fast, if there was a way to more quickly swap from speeds to productivities, it would be very nice. Output's full. Okay. Good. Now I might run into belt-based restrictions. but it's a step forward. Okay, this is looking okay. The fact that I'm still using fast inserters here is funny. I don't remember if I built this before I had fast inserters, before I had bulk inserters or not. No, I clearly did have bulk inserters. I guess I was worried about the resource cost. Okay, this should be a huge improvement, given that it looks to be running almost 100%. Running pretty well. My cryonite rods, if it keeps up the pace, I just doubled the cryonite rod production very easily. Wonderful. I don't know if it will keep up the pace, given that this is gradually losing its backlog because it's being consumed here. But I expect it will not keep up. And if it doesn't, this is something I can address. I could probably mix this into here somehow. Not like this is a bad way to do it, but and supplement this a little bit, make better use of this. This is normal 50-50, this is limited 50-50. Then I just need to merge it into this better. That will utilize that more effectively. And then I can feed that into there. Okay, as long as there's Novus that's complaining, I can ignore it. I can't do anything with that right away. Okay, the crystals could probably be input. No, these can't be input better, because it would not really change anything. These are all on this side, these are all on this side. These are gradually losing the stockpile, maybe? It's fine. It's bad looking, but it's fine. 950 from 400 is huge. Capsules are an issue. Hagen landing pad. I have a bunch of garbage that really shouldn't be in this chest. This will go to Hagen. To the Hagen. Why are there two landing pads? I can't follow my only... Can't follow my own logic. But this is fixed. I think I can try to fix my vulcanite. Hopefully I can fix it without adding anything new. Once this lands, it should give me what I need. Yes. Excellent. Wonderful. I've still never used the water ice. It's so weird. They made a change however long ago that removed the relevance of vulcanite being only on waterless planets. Now you can get on planets with water, and that just solves the entire issue. Okay, this one's not running because it's not vulcanite. That's fine. This planet's fixed. So now I need to go refuel and be lost over here. Refuel. See if I can fix my vulcanite that easily. And actually learn what planet the vulcanite is on. Sinza. Oh, wait, no, 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 that's bad. If I land on Sinza, I don't think I could get off the planet and back to Novus without the fuel. Okay. So. These are switched to productivity instead of speed. And then they're beaconed. It will cut... I mean, I think then these will still... 320% with one of those. With the beacons and 3 of these are at 240. You can see an actual beacon setup here. These are at 260, so it would be slower. Each centrifuge would be slower, which means more centrifuges would be used. Same amount of material will be processed, but more will be gotten out of it. It's a real pain to build the first time. How many are these? 31. The new goal of 1.5k only uses 27 centrifuges. Could I... Okay, it is a set output of vulcanite, of crushed and enriched vulcanite. Could change this setup, make it more similar to this one, where I can cycle stuff individually, and that would be the simplest. Also, everything's broken here. Broken because there's none of this, because there's none of that, because the wood's full already. Wow. That filled up quickly. Oh well, that's fine. I don't actually need any of this yet. I'm still pretty far from the science tier being ready. Because that science is a nightmare. Okay. Unrestricted, why? Oh, because I'm looking at items. Okay. Genetic data uses biosludge. Biosludge will initially be made using wood, and cosmic water. That is simple. Biosludge is relatively painless. I'm not doing this. I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm gonna clear that for now. Biosludge is relatively painless. Chemical gel, cosmic water, that's fine. I need to source methane gas from my first thing. Mine it from the asteroid belt to carry it back. It would be reasonably simple if I can decide how I want these to work. I don't think... Okay, this did not work properly. Good to know. You can't build it on this type of surface. I think this one worked barely. I didn't get the outer edge, but that's weirder actually. They let you build this on this, but not on the copper, which means if I wanted to build here, I could, but I'd have to mine all the copper. That's very specific. Well, I guess I have to go this further. But I either plan to output items up, left, or right. Don't really have space downwards. It's a question of whether each ship is going to carry more than maybe 4 items. I don't think bots are the way to unload, because it's a real pain. I could design these to just have a train, see if I can fit a train right there. Have something come up a space elevator, that would be a problem. Bad idea. A land-based train would be better. A space train, I think, would be problematic with how I'm thinking about it. Though I could design something maybe. It could be fun. It wouldn't be efficient because this is not, I did not lay this out for a train. And the train would limit number of items I would want to carry. So, presently, this place, I want it to ship Vitamelange and wood. I think that's it. Everything else can be processed. Oh no, I need some extract, some spice, and eventually I will need nuggets. Potential. I think potentially, but not guaranteed. There's options. So maybe 4 items is all I will need. I could potentially set up a weird long-handed inserter grabbing from chests where it... Requesters? Nope. Requesters are a bad idea. Because then it gets taken out of here, stored, and then requested back. Terrible idea. I could circuit control the requesters, but that gets really messy on these spaceships. It really has weird issues. Where's this spaceship? It's not the honey badger, it's the... Did it like crash and disappear? Or do I need to... find my list of spaceships some other way? It's not trains. Or is it just that it's on Novus? It is, okay, good. This planet should get its shipment of cryonite eventually. know this does not currently need it. So I hope it goes to the one that needs it more first. Can I... Yeah, just read contents, okay. Not helpful. Yeah, I think the flying's gonna take too long. By the time I get back to the Vulcanite planet, it will be too late to have enough time. That's not a lot of fuel. 48k fuel, plus the tiny amount that might be stored in here. 10. I think maybe I call it here for this week. This is going to take a little bit to refuel, not too long. I have to refuel. I'm going to have to plan that. I just need to remember that that's what I want to do next week. How's the concrete going? It's constantly being drained. My concrete crafting is horrible. It's so bad. Oh. Horrendous, but it doesn't actually matter, so letting it go. I guess what I can do is leave myself knowing what I want to do next week. I mostly plan to just beacon stuff, but if beaconing doesn't fix it, I think all I need is... Well, I need more drills, actually, that's for sure, but other than drills, I don't think I need to bring anything new. I just need to make sure that I have belt and the beacons in my inventory. I would benefit from more productivity modules, though. That should be enough. Yes. 100 is more than 50, and I only need about 54. Maybe 52. But I'll leave myself here. So hopefully I remember what I'm doing. And that's... Oh, wait, where's... Research for those should be something either I can do now or I can do soon. I need to check that. I think it was material science based. Space platform 4? Was it? No. Science 3. Okay, it's locked behind energy 4. Okay. Well, that's where I will stop today. I'll be back next week with this. Maybe not both days. Have a nice night, day, week, etc. Thanks for watching, chatting, and hanging out. Bye-bye.